Hey everyone, this is NHL Hockey News Reports, and welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about Montreal Canadiens and the Carolina Hurricanes, and Jesperi Kotkaniemi has been offer sheeted by the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, this is that's crazy. This evening has broke, but this is very interesting what has happened here. So, let's explain what an offer sheet is, both sides, what's the positives, what's the negatives, because there's definitely positives and negatives weighing both sides of the team. Montreal has positive and negatives of matching Jesperi Kotkaniemi, and the Carolina Hurricanes have positives and negatives of signing this offer sheet for Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Now, let's get on to what we want to talk about at first deal. Let's talk about the Montreal Canadiens, and we'll talk about the Carolina Hurricanes. At first, just to let you know, everyone, Carolina right now, so, hold on a sec, let's get... Okay, I was just getting something really quick, some magnets here so we know. Starting off here, like I said, Montreal. Now, Montreal right now, currently they have said with Weber out of the season and Byron out until the new year, the Habs could place the both players on off-season LTIR and build a roster up as much as 92 million, 92.7 million. But right now, the Montreal Canadiens, even with the LTIR money and all of that, which comes off the books, they still would be $2 million above the cap. So that's what it is right now. $2 million above the cap for signing that $6.1 million for Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Let me fix that for a sec. So above the cap, $2 million, meaning Weber on the LTIR and Byron, you're probably like, oh, if those guys would be fine. But still, even with those two guys on the LTIR, meaning they will still have to move someone. So who could they move if they want to match this? Now, first of all, Montreal would have to move someone. Of course, they sign, Dennis Savard in the offseason, $3.5 million, awesome contract for a defenseman, for sure. Mike Hoffman, $4.5 million for 3 years. They signed him. But, who do you move? Like, do you move Lehkonen? But why would you move Lehkonen? You need him. Do you move... Omia is going to get... He's getting $3.4 million, but that's the guy you need. Like, this makes it really tough. How about on defense? Who can they move? Do they have to move Brett Kulak then? $1.85 million. Like, maybe him, maybe Weidman. Does that... those are the guys I'm thinking of. If you don't want to move a major piece off the forward group and not much on defense, is Kulak the guy who gets moved? But I like Kulak. He plays with Petrie if he has to. I know Edmonton's been playing with Petrie lately. But if someone got injured, you can just slot him that top four. I like Kulak, but, what do you do here at this point? Like, oh man, that's tough, isn't it? $6.1 million. It's tough to think about. And right now, yeah, that makes it tough. So what do you do? If you think about Kulak and Weidman, who you just signed Weidman, you trade him to a team whatever team that is, and you move on from them. You trade them to sign Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Remember, they have 7 days to match him. 7 days. So, right now, that's going to make it tough. If you want to make moves and all that, 7 days isn't very much time for this to become. Now, today is Saturday, August 28th. So, when the last day they have to make a decision would be next Saturday, September 4th. So, that's going to make it totally interesting what's going to happen here. Absolutely. Now, moving on now to the Carolina Hurricanes. If this works out for them, what complications they have and what good things will come from this. But actually, let me finish before I do that. I didn't say the positives about Montreal. They get a first-round pick and a third-round pick if they don't match it. But that first-round pick that Carolina gives you, their own first-round pick and their own third-round pick, will be later picks, assuming that Carolina will be a very solid team in this season. Like the last couple years, we know the last 3-4 years, more like 3 years, 2 to 3 years. We know this team can win. This team could win a President's Trophy easily. And knowing that, and maybe gets, past the first, second round, maybe back to the conference final, knowing that, they could be in a 20th overall to a 32. So it's not a top 10 pick. It's not going to be a lottery pick. The odds are very against the Carolina Hurricanes. Now, if the Carolina Hurricanes do miss the playoffs, this works out for Montreal perfectly, right? But the thing is, the odds are totally against that idea of them being, a team that doesn't make the playoffs. This is a team that could win the Stanley Cup. What I mean about that. So, that's the thing. Do you want to lay pick for what you just picked? Jesperi Kotkaniemi at 3rd overall in 2017 or 2018? That's what I mean. That's what makes it really complicated for sure. Moving on to Carolina, the positives and negatives of this one. Well, Carolina, you think of, okay, right now, let me just find out what they have. $4.5 million. And what is his contract? $6.1 million is Jesperi Kotkaniemi's now. So, Carolina would have to move some stuff out too. Not just Montreal if they match him. If they don't match him, Carolina would have to move some stuff out. At about $2 million. Yeah. You would have to move someone out. Absolutely. About $2 million. A little less than a little less than $2 million, but that's crazy. They still have to move someone out. So, let's look at the Carolina Hurricanes. Carolina just signed Andrei Shevchikov to a $7.75 million contract too. So, Jesperi Kotkaniemi, think about this one. Who could they move out? Do you move out Jake Gardiner to a team? But that means, okay, let's say Montreal doesn't match. A first and third round pick to Montreal. How's the picks? They have their own first, second, they have their own third, they have the Hawks third, they have their own fourth, fifth, sixth, and the Ducks sixth. And they also have their own seventh and a Blue Jackets 7th round pick. So, if you want Jay Gardiner gone, does that mean you use that 2nd round pick? Meaning, you'll only have 4 picks coming into this 2022 draft. Do you want that? That's the thing for Carolina. Do you want that? And, if you want to move on from Jake Gardiner, 2nd round pick, Jake Gardiner, gone, add a prospect, whoever that might be, maybe a mid-level prospect, maybe another pick, get him gone to another team who has cap, if that's the Kraken, that's the Senators, whoever that might be, you get rid of them, $5 million off the books, so you can easily sign Jesperi Kotkaniemi. But the thing about Montreal at this point is, they don't have that junky, guy who, we can get rid of. they're all important for Montreal. So that's the thing. Carolina would be like, oh yeah, we'll give a prospect, we'll give a pick or two, get rid of Jake Gardiner, we'll be all set. But not so fast for Montreal. Now, $4.5 million. If they sign him, thinking about that, okay, they don't match. Montreal doesn't match. $6.1 million over. The thing is, Jesperi Kotkaniemi for Montreal would get top line minutes, top 6 minutes. Second line, absolutely. Who's Montreal centers? Nick Suzuki, Jesperi Kotkaniemi, Jake Evans, potentially Cedric Paquette, Mateau Perreault, guys like that, right? There's no competition for that second line spot. The only competition is himself, Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Now, Carolina, Sebastian Aho, Vincent Trocheck, then you have Jordan Staal, and then you have Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Thinking Jesperi Kotkaniemi would be in the top 6, but on the wing then, right? I would think so, because, okay, Sneshkovs is a winger, Tiavainen. Actually, he would fit in the top 6 on the wing, Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Definitely not down the middle, because they have enough down the middle. But, yeah. That's what I mean. So, I was kind of surprised he would sign with Carolina. That is not because Carolina's like, we want to sign you $6.1 million. Jesperi Kotkaniemi, you have no chance whatsoever. He signed the contract, Jesperi Kotkaniemi. So, that's the thing. So, Jesperi Kotkaniemi, where should he go? Does Montreal match it? And if Montreal does match it, this is for a year, remember. Okay, $6.1 million for 1 year, meaning next season, the season after this coming season, 2022 to 2023, Montreal would have to pay, or the Hurricanes, whoever land, Jesperi Kotkaniemi, would have to pay $7 million plus. Okay, $7 million plus for Jesperi Kotkaniemi. Now, what if Jesperi Kotkaniemi has a mediocre season? Okay, just maybe 30 points in 82 games, 34 points, maybe a little bit less than that, has trouble. $7 million. Are you going to sign for $7 million? It's the only thing you have to do. What if it doesn't work out? $7 million, you got to sign him for then. What do you do about that? Because if he's not doing very well, it's like, oh, he's doing okay, he's a work in progress. But $7 million, would it be worth it to sign him that much? That's the thing. But Carolina has more offensive-minded players. They have a little bit more energy of players. More offensively talented players than Montreal. Montreal has still some offensive talented players, absolutely. But Carolina has more of that. So he has more of a chance to potentially plot more goals, get more points, right? And you have Rod Brind'Amour as the coach, which I do like Dominic Ducharme as Montreal, but Rod Brind'Amour is a fantastic coach. That's the thing. What do we do here? Do you sign Jesperi Kotkaniemi, or do you match him? Which one do you want to do? Yeah. Well, the situation's harder for Montreal than Carolina. I don't even know what you want to do. We'll see what Mark Bergevin does. Yes, 7 days. September 4th is his last day to make up his mind. I'm sure he'll make up his mind a little bit before then. But, yeah, offer sheets don't come that easily. Of course, there was Shea Weber. There was other ones. Dustin Penner, who was actually not matched. Of course, Shea Weber's contract wasn't supposed to be matched, but Predators did match him. Sebastian Aho, one of the latest ones. Carolina matches that. This is redemption. But this one's a lot more complicated than the Sebastian Aho one. Sebastian Aho, he's going to be a franchise guy, getting you 60 points already. He's going to be so good. He's the number 1 center. For Jesperi Kotkaniemi, he's a project. We don't know him as he's going to be our franchise center. He's working toward that. but there's still, what ifs. But Sebastian Aho, we knew he was going to be that guy. That's why Mark Bushman signed him to that $8 million, or that, $8 million contract. Because he knew he was going to be good. But Jesperi Kotkaniemi, what are we going to see from him, Are we going to see a good season? A mediocre season? That's what I mean. Like, do you want to put your chances in signing that $6.1 million contract for a year? That's the thing. And you can't go lower, like, oh, okay, Jesperi Kotkaniemi didn't play really well. Let's go down. How about this, Jesperi Kotkaniemi? Let's go down to $3 million? $4 million? Sound good to you? You can't do that. $7 million plus. That's how it works. So, yeah, if you want to qualify him, that means you have to pay him that. And if you don't qualify him, he's going to go to free agency. You can't trade him then. So, yeah. We'll see how things go. I don't know what to say about this. What to do, but yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Alright, thank you for watching. See you next video. Bye.